Hi there, so excited to show you how I dyed this double fan fold t-shirt. Let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is fold your shirt in half. Now this is a special way to fold your shirt in half because you're going to want the front and the back to look the same. So I will link a slowed down version of how you fold your shirt in half, but essentially you turn it inside out and then you find the center of your shirt. I just use a washable marker. I mark the center of the shirt. Then what you're going to do is pull the sleeve. So here I'm finding the bottom center of the shirt as well. Then you're going to pull the sleeve inside the opposite sleeve. I'm just making sure that the markings are really strong so that I can see exactly what I'm doing there. So that's what I'm doing there. All right, so here I'm pulling the sleeve through and I line up the seams. There's usually a bottom seam on sleeves. Sometimes there's a top one too, but there's almost always a bottom one. And you'll want to line those up, and then I kind of shake it out. I find the center of the bottom of the shirt and line up those two lines. I like to shake it out just to make sure it's nice and smooth. All right, so here I just took some string and I attached it to the washable marker and I made a circle using the string on the marker. And then I just pinch where the center of my circle is and I do a fan fold here. Sometimes I like to sinew tie this, and other times I just kind of fold it and then leave the folded shirt just loose and then put in the gutter, which is what I did on this one, so that there's not really any stark white lines along the fan fold. I have a couple examples of that as well. If you want to look at my fan fold playlist, you can see that, but this is how I decided to do this one. So you can see I'm just accordion folding it along that line to make a straight line. And I should also say this shirt was soaked in soda ash for at least 20 minutes and then wrung out really well, so it's damp. So here I put it in a gutter and I'm just adding the ice. So I did the dye over the ice for this project. And I just try to balance it as best I can. I put a pool noodle there at the bottom to hold the ice at the bottom for when I prop it up. You can't see it in that shot, but there is a pool noodle cut to size down there. Okay, so the first color I used was Himalayan Salt. This was a special edition color, but it's pretty similar to powder pink. And then Son of a Peach, which is another special edition color they had, but it's very similar to peach. These are all Dharma colors. And then the next color I used was Spanish Lavender. Again, this is a special order one, so it's pretty similar to Sweet Pea though. And Seafoam, one of my very favorites. This one you need a lot of dye. It doesn't spread very far. So if you want a lot of the Seafoam color, you're going to want to use a lot of dye. And then the last color I used was Teal Blue. This is like a really dark teal. These, again, were all Dharma colors. And I just love these color combinations together. They remind me of spring. So here I'm just showing how I kind of prop up the gutter and I stick it in there and I let it melt and then sit for at least 24 hours. For this one, I let it sit for 48 hours. And now I'm starting my rinse out process. So for the rinse out process, I just rinse in cool water and I get out as much excess dye as I can. I unfolded it there and then I bump the water up to hot. And then I add some Dawn dish soap and rinse that out. And then I wash it in the washing machine on a hot water cycle. And that is how I rinse out all my projects. And here's the final result. I think it turned out really cool. I love these colors together and I love double fan folds. So comment if you've got any questions at all. I'd love to chat. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you have any questions whatsoever, please comment below. I love to answer all sorts of questions. Also in the link below, there is a free printable just for you, 12 of my very favorite folds. It's an ebook written out just for you. All I need is your email and I'll send it right to your email. I also have an Etsy store. If you liked what was in this video, it might already be gone, but there might be something else that you love in my store. So check that out. Thank you so much for supporting me. We'll see you next time.